Welcome everyone to Dreaming While Awake, in an interview series where Moony Thinker interviews other fellow artists. In today's interview, we're lucky to have Sherry Lin, who's a printmaker and focuses in the areas of physical application of art. Without further ado, though, let's bring Sherry into the studio so we can meet Sherry and talk about the art that she brings to our community. Hey Sherry, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad you came. How's your day been going?
It's good. It's a Saturday, so we're pretty chill over here.
Did you guys get a lot of snow as well?
Yes, we did. Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't know if I got more than you or you got more than me.
Oh, any snow is too much at this time in March, right?
Yeah, well, it was pretty intense too because I walked my dog today and it was really cold. It's intense.
hmm
So, thanks for joining us. I was wondering if we could just move right into the artist questions.
Okay, yeah.
All right, great. So, your area of focus is in printmaking. What about this medium of art attracts your attention so much?
I really like the process of printmaking. I really enjoy working with my hands. And part of printmaking is, well, my medium anyway, is carving. And that part is my favorite part because it's kind of like a therapy for me.
Mhm.
When I'm carving, I have to concentrate on what I'm doing so I don't hurt myself or ruin my print. And that really gives me the time to kind of just zone out and, not worried about everything else in the world or in my life.
Yeah. Well, I like how in our earlier discussions, like offside, we've talked about printmaking as a physical application. So instead of like doing like the digital applications or things like that, you're focused on this physical connection to the art, especially when you're carving.
Mhm.
What about that is so appealing to you compared to, let's say, digital, you're focused on the physical?
Well, I'm kind of not great with technology, first of all. That's one of my downfalls. I am just not really good at picking up technology very well, but I also like that I can physically touch something and feel the materials and, like the shavings of the linoleum when it's carved out.
Yeah.
And it feels a lot more real, and that I actually have this physical thing in front of me that I can touch. I think that means a lot to me because I mean, when I was little, my uncle, who's a sculptor, he has a workshop
Oh,
in the house. And I always go in there and touch things and play with his tools. So when I'm older, I think that connection really helps me. So I think that's why I like to work with physical things.
so I really appreciate your work because I've looked at it, I've been able to enjoy it. I actually have been able to, fortunately enough, been able to be very close to some of your work too. In your work, you have a lot of unique way of engaging in your work for printmaking, such as like animal heads on human bodies or animal figures, kind of stuff like that. It's very animal-esque. But is there a genre in printmaking that you focus most in?
um, I think it's funny that you bring up the animals because I do that a lot. The reason being, so I'm an immigrant basically. I came to the States in 2001, and there's a lot of issues between race and feeling at home, being in this new place. So my favorite place to go is the zoo
Oh,
because that's the time when everyone is looking at the animals, while the animals are looking at us, and we don't feel like we're focusing on people.
yeah.
And I think I really like that feeling where they're kind of like bringing this joy, like a neutral ground for me. And I think that's why I have a lot of animals in my work. And then a genre, I don't think I really have one. I think most of the ideas that I work with are things that happen in my daily lives or my own experience. Um, Pretty mundane, and I try to bring a little humor into my work. I love animals. I find them funny, so I think uh, it helps me with their humor, and that's why I work with them.
That's so cool. Like I do know that in some of your work, because we're not going to preview that today, but if anyone's interested, please check out our Etsy shop. You can find it there. There is one of my favorite pictures of yours is this it's this chair. It's like this wooden chair with like upholstery and stuff. I'm just blown away by it. I don't know what it is. It just connects with me so well. Like whenever I imagine like a future creative space for me, I always imagine this chair and picking it out of your printmaking picture and then just throwing it where I need it to be. Like I'm like, that's the thing I want. I
Yeah,
love it.
I
The
like
detail.
that sense of nostalgia or
Hmm.
comfort. I wish to bring that to people with my work as well. And I appreciate that you tell me that because that's exactly what I like people to feel when they see that piece.
So, with the materials that are required to do this practice in printmaking, what do you need that's necessary for you to achieve your work?
It's pretty simple. I just have a pencil, I have a linoleum plate that I draw my design on, and then I have the knives that I carve with. The knives usually come with some like different kinds of attachments or different shape and sizes of the tip. So it creates different kinds of marks. And then you have to do some type of planning with printmaking with linoleum. If you want to work with multiple colors, you have multiple layers, multiple plates. And then, of course, there's paper or things that you want to print on with the ink. So it's pretty simple.
How challenging is it? Because as we'll see later in the preview of the images, we'll see these quite close slices, but those slices have unique colors to them that are different than the more broader pieces of the pictures. How hard is it to not have, let's say, the large yellow bleed into some of the browns that are right next to it?
So usually what we do is we actually overlap a color on top of another color. So you're covering the previous color. And if you think you have something that is bleeding, unless your ink is really runny, that won't really happen. So I think what you're trying to say is how do you line things up accurately?
Yes.
That is the hard part, the registration. And then there's many different ways to do it. I'm still trying to find the perfect way for myself. So yeah, there's a lot of different methods. Sometimes people use just one piece of block and they print many layers of colors with it. Sometimes people use different pieces of block. So there's many different styles and ways that people prefer.
That's incredible. Well, do you have a place or like a specific retreat place that you go to engage in your creative workspace?
This is my workspace. This is my studio. I'm very lucky and fortunate to have a room in our house that I can just kind of run off to. Um, as you know, I have two kids, young children, and I'm very lucky to have a door to my studio where I can just shut the door and do my work in here without being too interrupted. And yep, so this is usually the place that I come to because all of my tools are here. But for ideas and all of that stuff, I pretty much just grab my notebook with me. I like to work in our backyard when the weather's nice. Yeah, things like that.
I like that you led into that area of collecting your ideas because that was actually going to be my next question. With having your family and having all these other things that are going on, how are you able to track and keep track of your ideas or future projects?
I have a notebook, a sketchbook that every time when I have an idea, I just, draw it down real quick or write down my ideas, and then I'll come back and work on it when I have time. I try to carve out time, which is really hard. Everybody has a lot of things going on right now, but I think that's like the hardest thing for me right now is to have an extensive period of time uninterrupted. Yeah.
I think we both share an understanding of that, but I only have one kid, so it's a little easier for me. Um, but yeah, I definitely respect the uninterrupted time wish and the door. Thank God for that.
That's the door with the lock.
I do. It's a wonderful thing. And I don't know about you. Have you ever put those things on the door handle where it's like "Do not disturb" so that they can understand not to come in and interrupt you?
Oh no, that won't work. They'll disturb anyways.
They'll rate it as "Do not disturb" as an option.
Right. Oh.
So going forward for this art form, what are your future plans for it?
My future plan. I would like to be more consistent with my production because I that's one of the things that I wished I could is, be an artist 24/7. But in the reality of it is I'm not, and I would like to have more time and hopefully have a good collection of work where I can show in a gallery. That would be my goal.
Beyond printmaking, are there any other forms of artistic mediums that you are considering kind of touching into or even kind of going into full time?
I really enjoy painting, and I have done it when I was back in school while I was doing printmaking, and I really enjoy like the instant, I guess, result with painting because printmaking is so much planning, and you can't see what's happening until like the final moment. So I really enjoy the instant, gratification with painting, and I'm hoping to be able to start that simultaneously as well.
Is there a type of paint that you prefer, like acrylic, watercolor, beyond that?
I really like oil,
Yeah.
and I've worked with acrylic. It's great. It's fast and it dries fast. Oil takes a little bit longer, but I really like the way it works with the brushes. They just blend really well, and I like the result, the look of it.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
It's really pretty. Yeah, I've noticed how oils will take a while to set, and I've always heard people say, "Don't touch it." And
Hmm.
I'm like a 12-year-old, I want to touch it,
Yes.
but I don't. Do you have any unique or upcoming experimental works that you plan to explore and would like to share with the audience?
I've always thought about doing collages and mixed media. I
Hmm.
feel like, with my education and art background, that I've always kind of just stuck with one medium at the time, and I don't really mix things too much. But with printmaking, there's a lot of, I don't want to say mistakes, but a lot of pieces that the results are not as, the quality is not what I like,
Yeah.
but it's still good. And I always kind of feel like it's wasteful if I just throw them away. So I really would like to figure out a way to use these pieces to create something new and something different.
That's a brilliant idea. I really was, that'd be so cool to see. Well, let's move into the next part where we're going to present some of your imagery to the audience.
Okay.
So, our first one is I Think of You Through the Distance. Could you kind of explain what was the inspiration behind this piece?
So I'm originally from Taiwan. I've moved to the States in 2001 to go to school. And so I'm the only person in my family that's away. And of course, I get homesick a lot. And now I'm still here in the States now that I have my own family. So I feel like this piece is pretty relevant for me at the moment as well, especially in COVID, you know?
Yeah.
So this is basically about me missing my family back home. Uh, Obviously the ocean that represents distance between us. And then for the sheep, um, I was raised by my grandma on my mom's side, and her hobby was knitting. And that lady can knit anything. She can knit a lunch bag out of yarn. She can knit like anything you ask her, a hat, a scarf, anything. So my early childhood memories was I would help her to organize or clean up the yarn as she knits, and then we'll just sit there, eat a snack or whatever. And so that's why I use the sheep and the yarn in there because I miss a lot of those family time.
That's awesome. And then this one, I don't know what it is about it. I love this one though so much. Could you kind of explain further on the symmetry of the uses of the milk bottles with the wording in the background?
So this one, as you can see, the name tag is Jeff, which is my husband. We met when we were in college, and he started working in a retail company that's, human services, retail services. And he's still with that company right now. And, he would come home with all these stories about how hard he works and, how much effort he put in. And it's kind of my tribute because I see him put so much, into his work and how much he is dedicated to his work. And of course, in my culture, cows and bulls and cattle, they are the hardest working because they help people work and farm. And, that's where the milk bottles come in, I think, with the Western culture, because, with dairy cows, what they can bring for us. So this is what the piece is about.
That's so cool. So this next one, I really think is just absolutely lovely. Could you explain this one?
So this one was when I was pregnant for the first time. And it's funny because at the time, I was nervous, not just being a new mother, but because I know that, my child is not going to be the same as me because my husband is Caucasian and I'm Asian. So at that time, I have a lot of things that go through my head, and I'm thinking, I don't know what I can bring or, offer this child because we're so different already. And my thought was just, even if we're going to be different, I will love you no matter what. So there's a mother hen and then there's a baby duckling. So that kind of represents that, no matter what she's going to be like or what I will be like, I will love her no matter what.
I'm going to say it. I really loved the cow Jeff, but I think this one just beat Jeff. I'm sorry. And by the way, the detail that you bring to your printmaking images are so incredible. Like the absolute, the shaving pieces. I mean, just the grain and just the feathers. And it's just, the separation is just, it blows me away every time I look at your images.
Thank you.
This one you were talking about before our interview that you're still working on. Can you kind of explain it more?
Yes, this is the current piece that I'm working on. So, we've experienced COVID for the past almost 3 years. And then, with what is going on right now on the other side of the world with Ukraine and Russia, basically, I just feel like we just really need to love each other.
Yeah.
And we need to have more love in this world, So that's the thing that I'm working right now. I feel like it's not just with each other, with, the planet. We also need to learn how to love ourselves, like I am trying to do right now with my art.
Well, when everyone kind of sees your art, what do you hope that they connect most with your art?
Well, I try to be lighthearted with my work mostly. I tend to gravitate towards things that are more positive or with a little sense of humor, because I feel like, life is not easy. And if I have a good time and I have like really enjoyed myself when I'm doing my art, I hope that other feels the same when they see my art. That, it will give them a little break from what's bothering them, or just make them happy for even just 1 second. I think that's what I'm going for.
Well, I'm excited to say that your art is amazing, but I know I said I was only going to do 4, but I'm going to show you how I still have rhinos, and I've been working on trying to have them set up here in the herb for about a year or 2 now, because we framed it, of course, because we love your art, and my wife and I. And I absolutely love that piece, but my son loves rhinos, and he won't let me place it in my room. He keeps taking it. So I'll have to get another rhino.
Well, I'm glad that he likes my work too. That makes me feel so happy.
He gets quite angry when I take it. And it'll move into this room. Like right now it's in this room. By tonight he'll see it and he'll want it out. It's got a nail on the wall. It's got a space. Doesn't mean it's going to be there. think that it's got a reserved space that sometimes it's vacant. A lot of times. Love him to death. He's 5. So if we could, I would love to kind of talk more about the philosophical aspects of art in relation to you. Would you be cool to start those conversations?
Sure.
What does art mean to you?
I feel like it's an escape.
Hmm.
So, like earlier, I mentioned it's therapy for me. It's something to keep me sane. It's something that, it's for everyone. Anyone can do it. And there's no wrong way to do it as long as you're enjoying yourself. Um, I wish I could do more and often, but right now it is, my escape and therapy for sure.
Well, to keep maintaining that therapy and that escape, do you have a routine of discipline or an action of discipline plan that you've put together to help you maintain keeping your process going?
Definitely time management is important. I try to give myself at least an hour every day, whether to just, come in here to work or just look at things that are related to printmaking. Um, I learned that it's really important to surround yourself with the community and people that have the same mind or like-minded people. So it inspires me and then it keeps me going because when you see what other people are doing, it's exciting. And it makes me feel that, it's possible for me to be that or, maybe do something similar. And so, yeah, it's really important to be in a community right now for me.
Well, with this art form, what would you give for advice to the younger you?
The younger me. Just don't care about what everybody else thinks or say. Just do you. Have a good time, enjoy yourself, and just throw yourself out there. I think a lot of time we say a lot of things to ourselves, not nice things.
Right.
And it's just like dumb things. We put bad things into our own heads a lot of the times. Whether it's like you do it on purpose or not on purpose, it happens all the time. And I think, if I could just see myself in my younger days, I'll shake myself and say, just don't worry. Make, always make. And then just be busy with your work, Don't worry about what other people are thinking, what is important to you. Just stay on the track and don't worry too much about what other people think about your work. Or if you can be great, it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to be casual artist or not be a great artist. As long as you're making something and you're enjoying the process, then it's good.
That's cool. Well, who is an artist or more than one artist who has inspired you? It could be in printmaking or outside of printmaking.
There's a lot of printmakers that I'm following right now. The wonderful thing about social media like Instagram and Facebook that really opened up a lot of artists that I can look at. There is the Tugboat Print Shop that I've been following since I started this printmaking journey. Um, I used to do some arts and craft shows, and I've actually was fortunate to have met them in person and see their prints in person. They're really great. They're American artists. Um, it's this couple, and their work is very detailed. They work with wood blocks. They're amazing. Um, I hope to be able to work in that kind of details one day. And then there's also Sarah Hemmings from Australia. She works a lot with animals, and her work is very detailed as well. So, because I work with animals, so I also like her work, and I kind of find that comforting. And then another one is, oh, I'm going to butcher her name for sure because she's from Netherlands. She goes by Sophie Tekent on Instagram.
Hmm.
But her name is Sophie Chadwick.
Okay, yep.
And her work has a lot of pattern and black and white, and she is also a printmaker. And she has busy pattern work, but for some reason her work is very calming for me. So yes, please do look her up.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll make sure to share all these in the description below for this video so people can kind of connect with those other artists as well as you.
Yes.
Well, in the future, as we kind of get moving to our closing parts of the statement, are there anything that you'd like to share uniquely with the audience?
Um, everybody should just, if you like doing something, just do it. Do it often. Do it all the time. And just surround yourself with people that enjoy the same thing as you.
Yeah.
So that will help you to, improve and move on and stay in that moment with what you love.
And if they would like to work with, contact, or commission with you, should they contact you through your Etsy shop, Instagram, or both, or other forms of media would you prefer?
Yes. Oh, I'm on Etsy. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. I believe you have my email on there. I'm pretty open to any form of communication. Um, this is the way how I got back into my printmaking because a previous client emailed me out of nowhere.
Oh,
So yeah, email works great. Everything is good. Mm-hmm.
that's awesome. That's brilliant. Well, I would like to thank you for your time, and I really appreciate you being here and allowing the artistic community to get to know you. And I'm really looking forward to many of them contacting and reaching out to you soon.
Yes, thank you. I really enjoyed this. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Sherry. I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.